You used to be able to buy something like this, a small item, right? Which is, in this case, just an adapter which allows you to put a micro USB card in a laptop or a USB port so you can read it. And you used to be able to buy something very cheap, and you still can. For example, this one here from AliExpress for $1.03. However, it used to be free postage. Now, if you want to get that, the shipping is $1.70. It's $1.03 for the item, $1.70 for the postage. Okay, it's gone up. Why has it gone up? Well, the first thing that needs to be answered is, why was it so cheap in the first place? We knew there was some sort of agreement going on between various postal organisations around the world and Australia, and that seems, according to an article I've just found, to be coming to an end. The article I found, whoops, go back there, sorry. The article I found is this one here about e-commerce, and the article is called "Why and How China Post and USPD," which is United States Postal Service, are killing your private labelling business. I think by private labelling business it means that people that run businesses and just sell stuff directly out of China. This article is dated January 2020. Basically, the article is saying that there was a number of updates to it, that things have recently changed. And it also goes back, if I go down to the bottom here, the background. Turns out that there was some sort of a deal, happened a while ago, that basically in 2011, that offers shipping called e-packet. And e-packet basically boils down to that the merchants in Hong Kong and mainland China could now ship packages up to 4.4 pounds with tracking and 7 to 8 business delivery times. But here's the kicker. Shipping a package from China to the US is about $1 cheaper than from within the US. Now, that's not a typo. It's $1 cheaper to ship from China to the US than from the US to the US. Same thing applies in Australia. That item that was going to be no freight whatsoever in the past would cost at least $1.50 in Australia. Nowadays, it's going to cost $1.70, so perhaps that's what's picking it up. Anyway, United States Postal Service had a whole lot of losses as a consequence of that, so they decided to renegotiate things. And it turns out this is the reason it originally happened. So it said, why did the US Postal Service make such a stupid agreement? Well, it's not necessarily their fault. The US Postal Service is bound by an agreement with the Universal Postal Union. Never heard of that, neither of me, and I'd never heard of it either. The Universal Postal Union is one of the oldest international organisations in the world, dating to the 19th century. The original goal was to allow people and businesses to mail letters for a flat rate anywhere in the world, and also helps subsidise poorer countries. Mail deliveries seems well-intentioned, right? Well, then e-commerce happened. The Universal Postal Union has fallen behind in times and hasn't adjusted, and the sudden surge in e-commerce or China's newfound wealth, unfortunately nothing has changed for at least a couple of years. Well, nothing's going to change. Well, it has already changed. And what's going to happen is it's going to be more expensive. But of course, China is now no longer a developing country. It is a developed country. In fact, according to the latest sort of figures that people told me, it's one of the richest countries in the world. It is now the richest country in the world. Not one, but it is the one. Okay, a double whammy. There was the fact that there was, in America anyway, there was no duty on anything less than $800, so therefore that was to the advantage of the Chinese. The bottom of this article basically says that things are going to change. The maximum annual increase for all countries, cumulative from 2020 to 2025, will be between 119 to 164%, with China being in the upper end. This works out to an annual increase of 15% in 2021 and 22, 16% in 23 and 24, and 17% in 2025. So that means all our postage is going to increase from China. So that means our countries, Australia should be more competitive. And by the way, this article is all about only America. I tried to look it up for Australia and couldn't find anything. The only thing I could find, I asked, is Australia a member of the this Universal Postal Union? Okay, so I asked that question, and it said the UP Universal Postal Union was established in 1874, and Australia's been a member since 1907. So seeing we're being a member on it, obviously things are going to change as well. So that's basically why, not only now, but in the future, it's going to cost you more to get stuff from China. However, that doesn't mean that the things will be going to be, well, there'll be a reduction in trade in China, all other things being equal. It'll probably mean, because the Chinese are very, very good at making things very, very cheap, they'll continue to make it, and it'll just be a bit more expensive for us to get it. So that's it. All right, so going back to my USB thing, should I go and buy it? I probably will. No, I'd have ordered one, and I've ordered one slightly different than that, which was a little bit cheaper than that. Anyway, buy your stuff now because it's going to be more expensive in the future. Always a good way of saying things. Any questions, email me. Bye.